Greetings, everyone. Hope everyone has had a wonderful day. Briefly, I want to talk to you about prayer. Such a key component in this day and time that we live in. Um, and thinking about prayer on today, I wanted to delve just a little bit into um, how prayer actually helps our lives. Uh, Prayer helps us to be in a position where we're not deceived. Um, there's a lot of things that go on in our minds, a lot of things that go on around us, and it looks like one thing, but a lot of times it's something completely different. Prayer is very important, our communication with God, because God actually shows us things through prayer that we wouldn't see through the normal eye. So prayer is a spiritual thing. And when we talk about prayer, I'm talking about prayer to God, Jehovah, uh, and I believe in his son, Jesus Christ, because there's a lot of people praying to a lot of different gods and, a lot of different things, animals and all of these type of things. But I'm talking about prayer to the true and living God. So in the time that we're living in right now, prayer is so important because there are so many people that are deceived. And what I mean by that is the enemy has painted this picture that it looks like one thing, but it's actually something completely different. Prayer is one of those things that we're going to need for our eyes to be open as believers. There's many, as the Bible has talked about, that many will come, in my name, saying that they're Christ. They may do miracles, they may do works, but as believers, we're going to have to be prayed up enough to know and to realize that they're false and that they're antichrist, that they're against God. So prayer is one of those key components in the believer's life that puts us in a place where we can actually see what's going on. And right now, there's a lot of people that can't really see what's going on. They're caught up with these illusions and they're delusional because what looks like one thing is actually something completely different. And I want to tell you that the enemy is really good at what he does. He paints the picture, and the picture may look beautiful, but with the right eye and the right discernment, somebody who studies pictures and paintings can look at it and say that's a fake. And so I want to tell you that that's what happens, in the life of the believer. When you have a life filled with prayer, God won't let you be um, um, taken, by what you have seen. God won't let you be deceived by what you have seen and the things that you're going through, but God will open your eyes so that you can know exactly what's going on. And when we know exactly what's going on, God gives us wisdom to walk in the way that we should walk. Briefly, I just want to read this in Second Kings, and it says, Second Kings, in its chapter number 6, and I'm going to start at verse number 14. And this is, therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night surrounding the city. And when the servant of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, "Alas, my master, what shall we do?" So what was going on is that the king of Syria had actually went out to attack the man of God, Elisha. And so it says, verse number 16, he answered, "Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them." And it says Elijah prayed. I want you to hear this. Elijah prayed and said, "Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see." Now he's talking about his servant. And it says, "Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire around Elisha." And so at first, the servant that was with Elijah could not see what was going on, but it took Elisha to pray and for God to open the eyes of the servant, for the servant to be able to see that God was protecting them, and it was more people gathering around them that was for them than that was against them. And I want to tell you, as a believer, there's more working in your life for you than against you. Don't focus on the negative aspects of life. Don't focus on people who are negative. Don't focus on the outcome that sometimes look negative. But you have to know and you have to see that God has given us the victory in every aspect of our lives. There are many things and many people that are going to come to try to deceive you. But when you have a life of prayer and you ask God to open your eyes, he will open your eyes. And if you have the Holy Spirit is the spirit of truth. And so he will reveal those lies. He will show you what the truth is. And so in this time, in this place that we're in, we're not going to make it out of here without the power of prayer. We're not going to make it out of here without the spirit of discernment. We're not going to make it out of here without God opening our eyes so that we can continue to walk in his will and do the things that he has called us and created us to do. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all.